Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and today, well, you know me. I'm always on the hunt for the next big thing that genuinely changes the game, and I think today I've got something that isn't just a flashlight. Well, I would say with the charging case, it's probably what would five be? A pentuple threat? I was going to say quadruple threat, but with the charging case, probably a pentuple threat. We're talking about the Imalent GR35, and trust me, this little wedge is packed with more surprises than a magician's hat. So let's go ahead and dive in. First off, let's go ahead and talk about the design. You guys have seen this design aplenty. It seems like everyone is moving over to a wedge-shaped light. So let's forget about those bulky cylinders now. GR35 sports this sleek, flat wedge-style form factor, and it isn't just for looks. This thing slips into your pocket absolutely effortlessly. Absolutely effortlessly. And the best part, it's not going to roll off your desk either, unlike pretty much every other flashlight out there. It feels incredible in the hand. It's robust, it's aerospace grade, Type 3 hard anodized finish. I mean, this isn't just a light. I think this is one of the few that qualifies as an actual tool. But the real party trick is probably going to be this side mounted rotating dial. Because, like I said, this isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill flashlight. This has four different options. So you get a laser, and actually one thing I will tell you about right now is the GR35 is available with a red or green laser, or at least at the time that I got mine off of Kickstarter. So the GR35 is available with a red or green laser. You got UV, you got a flashlight, and you even have some side-mounted side-mounted LEDs right here. So that rotating dial, like I was saying though, it is extremely satisfyingly clicky, and it lets you seamlessly switch between those four core functions, but there's no more fumbling with complicated button presses in the dark. It's intuitive, like you pick it up and without issue, you're gonna be able to go ahead and swap through any of these that you want. It takes a little bit of getting used to as far as which one is which, and you'll get that in no time. But it is intuitive, it's quick, and frankly, it's just smart. And look here, you do see a hidden away USB-C port for fast charging. So no more proprietary cables, no fuss, no muss. Plus it has a magnetic tail that if you do hands-free work is going to be a godsend. You can pop it on your car hood, stick it on a metal beam, and boom, instant work light. One small thing that users have mentioned though is that the mechanical side lock, while great for preventing accidental activation, can have a slight rattle. So I would say it's probably a minor quibble for an otherwise stellar build. So real fast, I do want to look through everything that comes in the packaging because frankly, I don't know if the Imalent GR35 is available in one box for everything. I got mine separately, again, Kickstarter campaign, and I'm unfortunately just now getting around to it. But real fast, if you order just the GR35, you get the box here. GR35, you can see cool white between 57 and 6700K, or neutral white between 4000 and 5000K. Obviously, if you've watched any of my videos at all, you know that I chose the neutral white. And inside that, you get a user manual, and I actually would recommend hanging on to this just because there are so many different options. You get, I would say, a very big step up from a generic lanyard. This has die-cast metal beads on here, so you can use it to cinch up and tighten around your wrist. Frankly, I don't use a lot of lanyards, so that's why it's not on the GR35 right now, but I think that those die-cast metal balls are a great addition. And you get a USB-C to C cord. Like I showed you, this does have onboard USB-C charging, so this will allow you to use this to get it topped off. And if you order your GR35 with the charging pack, I'll go ahead and give you guys a quick second here to take a look at this. If you order it with the charging pack, inside that box, you get another manual. You get a much longer USB-C to C cable, and this one's probably going to come in handy mostly because you're going to want to charge this when it's in a, well, maybe charge it up while you have the flashlight with you. So another USB-C cord. And this is the box that came in. So looks very nice, superior quality. I love how Imalent has always done their boxes, whether it has been the LD70, the LD35, the BL50. I mean, I've loved all of their boxes. I've even had the MS32 on hand, and frankly, I love the way that box is as well. Now, if we focus on the GR35 a little more, I want to go ahead and walk you through a little bit of that user interface. So like I said, you have the choice of a green or red laser. I chose green. Frankly, I think it looks a little better. It stands out more. And I use green lasers all the time for work. So this is something that made a lot of sense for me. But if you like red, you can go ahead and do that too. So one press turns it on and another press turns it off. And then you have UV as well. And I know you're not going to see a lot here, but I will take you outside so you guys can see how this UV works. And frankly, I think it's one of the brighter ones that I've dealt with in a while. You can go ahead and swap it over to spotlight mode. And this is capable of 2800 lumens in turbo mode. And it pushes that beam out to an incredible 426 meters, but it goes all the way down to a very, very gentle 20 lumen moonlight mode. Let's go ahead and turn that on. So 20 lumens for this moonlight mode if you have a late night rummage, and you can get to that just by doing a press and hold of that center button. But now I do like the way this softly ramps up. So there we go. This is 2800 lumens. I mean, you can see it's washing out pretty much the entire screen. And one thing you are going to want to keep track of is the fact that that 2800 lumens, it does come from two SFT25Rs, and it puts out quite a bit of heat. I mean, one thing you will note though is quite an unusual beam shape. I'm hoping that this will translate well to the night shots, but you guys will see that here in just a minute. And then finally, you do have the red and blue flashing mode as well. So if you need to signal, well, let me be perfectly clear about this. I believe in the United States now. Obviously, consult with a lawyer, but I believe in the United States it is illegal to impersonate an officer. So frankly, I wish they had the option to cycle through a couple different modes of either just red or just blue, but maybe have, I don't know, like a red strobe or a red SOS. That might work. I think, frankly, a little bit better than the red and blue here. So I'll go ahead and turn this off. And one thing you will note too is it does have, actually here, let me go ahead and change modes. It does have battery indicators here. So this will let you know that your Imalent GR35 is either topped off or it is in need of a little bit of charge. So you can see GR35PE. I really like how they do their screens behind that frosted glass. Serial number. And when it comes to charging, if you want to go ahead and top this off, you can either plug it into the USB-C port, or like I showed earlier, you can get the GR35. There you go. You can see those LEDs right there. So these will let you know when it is charging. And this makes contact just with a couple gold contact patches. You can see right here. And this will add 6,700 milliamp hours of battery to your GR35. Now, one thing you will note is that with this cutout, you can still access all of the features of your GR35. You can still access the flashlight on your GR35, but unfortunately that is going to be it. You can't access any of the other features regardless of the mode that you're in. So you can go all the way over, to the side lights and turn it on, but you're still going to get the flashlight. And now let's go all the way over to the laser, and you still get the flashlight. It does affect the beam pattern a little bit, but I'll show you guys this outside too, just so you guys can get a full, effect of how it works. Now, one thing to note is that long USB-C to C cord, you can plug it into here, and those two cells that are in here, again, 6,700 milliamp hours, you can use this as a battery bank as well. So if you need to, you can go ahead and charge another device from your battery bank. So I have my RG35XX right here, and we'll show you. So we will see that charge icon appear right here in just a second. There we go. So you can use this to top off your cell phone, a portable gaming system, or anything else that runs off of a USB-C to C cord. So I'm going to get this out of the way. Now, frankly, one thing I really like about this charging case, being that power bank, is it allows you to top off that phone. It's one of those things that never will leave you stranded. It'll never leave you guessing. The charging box takes the GR35 from a great EDC light to, frankly, an indispensable survival tool and everyday companion. So I've had this in my glove box for quite some time. That's frankly, it's been in there for my emergencies because I know it's just going to work, and that's why this video is coming out so long. So guys, now that we have seen how the GR35 does on the desk, I mean, who wants to see that? I know you guys want to see how it looks at night. So I want to go ahead and take this out. I will bring the charging box with me so you guys can see exactly what it's going to look like, how the beam's going to be affected. So let's just get out there and do it.
All right, guys, tonight we are out with the Imalent GR35 PE, the premium edition. This comes with the battery case. So I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into it. Right now, the dial is all the way over on laser. I do want to show you guys. I know you'll see it pop up occasionally. When it goes farther back into the wood line, it probably cuts out a little bit, but very, very fine, very fine point on that. Stays very focused. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. I want to skip over UV. I'm going to take you guys out with that after the fact. Just real fast, I went all the way over to the emergency lights. So I do want to show you that those emergency lights do shine up. So they give quite a bit of light output. And again, be careful with this. So let's go ahead and press one more time. It's off now. I'm going to go over to right here. Sorry, it's dark. I'm going to go over to the flashlight mode, and I'm going to do a press and hold. And this right here, this is moonlight or 20 lumens, and it's barely showing up on camera right now. But if I press and hold, it'll go to low. Now low is 150. Press and hold one more time. This is mid-low of 500. I'm going to do another press and hold. This is mid of 1000. And one more press and hold. We're at high right now with 1600 lumens. So what you can do from here is a double press, 1, 2. And this is 2800 lumens from the GR35. So same style of footprint as the Olight Arcfeld Ultra, but with twice the power output. And I don't know if you guys can see. Actually, I'm going to move up a little bit because I want to show you this. You guys need to see this beam pattern. So I'm going to walk in front of the camera because I'm a jerk like that. But hopefully you guys can see this beam pattern. It's kind of crazy with the double beams and the actual format or the design of the bezel. All right, now I'm going to get out of camera because no one wants to see my ugly mug. And I'm going to go ahead and switch over. I'm going to take you guys off the tripod, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to UV so you guys can see this. I apologize if it's loud. I'm trying to move the camera and the microphone and everything. Whoop, almost dropped you guys. All right, so we are in UV mode now, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And you guys can get a real good look at the fungus. Again, it's the middle of summer, and we have not been seeing a lot. We have not been seeing a lot of creepy crawlies and stuff. I'll shine it down at the ground, but I'm not seeing a ton out here. But just so you guys can see, it is illuminating that fungus on the trees. All right, but now I'm going to keep it mounted in my hand, and I just want to show you guys one more time. It will be from a different vantage point, but I want to show you one more time the 2800 lumens. So again, this is 2800 lumens with the GR35 PE. And there's some of our cats. I feel like that's the Peter Parker standoff thing right there. All right, but now that we've seen the GR35, let's go ahead and get back inside.
All right, guys, we went outside with the charging case, of course, and we saw how the GR35 does at night. So I think mainly I want to ask you guys, do you think you should snag an Imalent GR35? So if you are looking for extreme versatility in a compact package, for a couple examples, hikers, campers, DIYers, or EDC enthusiasts, or even just someone who wants a super functional light for around the house, I'm going to say yes. I would highly recommend getting this. Frankly, depending on the price point, I don't want to give you guys a definitive yay or nay because it does seem to fluctuate quite a bit with sales, especially summer sales going on. But for the price, I don't think you can beat it. I mean, this much battery in 2800 lumens. Oh, there we go. And 2800 lumens of output. I mean, you can't beat it. So guys, as far as the pros, I definitely think unrivaled versatility is at the top of my list. To see something that gives you, again, your choice of red or green laser, UV, that spotlight, as well as those emergency flashers, I mean, you really can't beat it. I would have loved to have seen this as maybe even just a red one. I don't know if I necessarily need the blue and red, but my next is probably going to have to be that 2800 lumens. If you compare it to even the Olight Arcfeld Ultra, that only gets 1400 lumens, so twice the output, not quite twice the throw, but it's still a very pocket-friendly light. So I also love the flat ergonomic design. It is easy to carry, won't roll away, and that pocket clip will allow you. The pocket clip will allow you to go ahead and make sure it's secure in your pocket. And then that game-changing charging box. I think that this is probably something that if you have the GR35, I recommend you get it. If you don't have the GR35 and you're looking at it, I recommend you get the one with the charging box, just because it'll give you that extended use and runtime, but it also allows you to use it as a power bank. So if I'm going to have to give it some cons, I'd probably say I know a lot of you guys, and frankly myself included, we're not really fans of non-user replaceable cells. I would have loved to have been able to see this come off and have something that can be swapped out. And because of the two SFT25Rs, that 2800 lumens gets really hot really quick and steps down pretty quick to match. So I did say that I'd like the fact that there is a pocket clip. However, I would like to see it probably even reversed and maybe a deep carry clip. And that's probably the only gripe I have about this. It is a little heavy on the hat, but I mean, it still works. But and again, like I said earlier, I would advise you to be cautious about running those emergency lights in public. So guys, the Imalent 35 with its charging box isn't just another flashlight. I'd say it's a multi-tool marvel that brings serious power and functionality to your pocket. So if you guys, oh, almost put it the wrong way. So if you guys need a reliable feature-packed EDC light that can handle pretty much anything you're going to throw at it, I definitely think this is a winner. Small couple issues, but something that's easily overcomable. So I want to know what you guys think of the Imalent GR35. So let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe for more epic gear content, and ring that bell for notifications. Until next time, I'll see you.